This is Reality Dispatch, written by Jim Mintz.
The kid doesn't know what he is doing, Antonio. Look at this, my friend. Like toilet water. That was Michael, my Monday regular. He was complaining about the kid Thomas. I just put him on 3 days a week. Well, not just. It has been a month and a half. Maybe it was my fault. The kid didn't know what he was doing, because I never bothered to show him how to properly brew the milk and pour it on the right amount of water. His coffee measures were all wrong too. Drop him? We don't have time for complaints, Antonio, Cynthia tells me. She does the books. She is always hounding me on loyalty not being enough to keep the doors open. But I am old school. It's how my father taught me and how his father taught him. If I haven't got loyalty, I have nothing. My friendliness is what brings customers through the door, and it is my friendliness that keeps them coming time and time again. Thomas, I'm going to watch you pour the next few orders, okay? I say to the boy. All of 19. I remember 19, I was the biggest time waster. I never had enough initiative to take on a job. I just wanted to chase girls and party. My dad whipped me into shape, made me jolt out of bed at 6 in the morning, every morning as if I had a rocket up my arse. Life wasn't invented for the lazy to feel cozy. You have a pulse, now use it. He would scream. I watched the boy as I told him I would be monitoring him, and I could swear I saw him give me the faintest roll of the eyes as if I was inconveniencing him by doing so. You don't have a problem, do you, Thomas? I asked. No, Mr. Pronto, he said. Good. We have a flat white and a small cappuccino, takeaways and an equal in each. This is for Merrill and Siobhan. You remember the way I showed you how they like them? I asked. Yes, he said. A definite tone of annoyance. It was on display. I could have slapped the kid if it wouldn't have landed me a visit from the Marketville Police Department. I watched him make this slapdash putrid pile of shit I wouldn't even serve to my dying mother. Hardly any granules, too much equal. The milk nowhere near frothed, no leaf display on the pour, and the lid wasn't even sealed correctly. He placed them on the table, and I watched as the ladies walked over to collect. Sorry, ladies, there was a problem with the machine. Your coffees are on their way? I explained as I picked up the piping hot cups and launched them into the garbage bin behind the kitchenette. What's wrong with the machine? Thomas asked me in a whispered tone. You, I berated him. Come with me. I nodded for Cynthia to clean up his mess, remake the coffees, and I escorted Thomas to our table service areas and sat him down. What's going on? I asked. What do you mean? Your coffees are shit. We've had complaints. Surely you can tell? I inquired. He shrugs. You telling me you haven't noticed? I don't know. I make them. What's the problem? It's only coffee, he says. That was it. The moment I knew I would fire him. Stupid kid. Only coffee. Was the Mona Lisa only a painting? Was Jesus only a prophet? Is Niagara Falls only a waterfall? The people who come to see us each and every day are doctors, nurses, technicians, physicians. We are the only coffee shop that sits across the road from a major hospital. I explained. He shrugged again. You don't get it? I asked. Why do you want to impress them or something? What's the big deal? I breathed in. I cannot believe my poor judgment. I should not have hired such a misguided child. He could not see the big picture. But then it hit me. It was an opportunity. This was his chance to learn. Otherwise, if I were to cut him loose, he would wander the earth continuously from this day onwards in the ignorance that would torment him without him even realizing. An unfulfilled life, and here I was with the power to save him, to give it purpose. Listen to me very carefully, I said as I leaned in. I took a deep breath and I prepared myself for the speech my father gave me. A doctor wakes up in the morning and may face a day of beauty or a day of crisis. A day of beauty at having delivered a beautiful, healthy baby into the world, holding that life in their hands and handing it over to a loving mother. Or a day of crisis where someone dies in their arms and they were powerless to save them. Or they may find themselves in a situation where they have a child who was hit by a car and they have a piece of metal lodged in their brain. And seconds are vital in order to save that human being from a life of catastrophic injury. So they meticulously take their time and use their skills to the best of their abilities to save that life. Because every life is precious, and if you can save one, who knows what that life will go on to achieve, and it's all thanks to the efforts of that doctor. Do you understand where I am going with this? I asked. Not really, he said with a frown. Keep going, I told myself. A nurse sits down with a woman and holds her hand as she informs her that the woman's life partner is on their final minutes of Earth, and she holds the hand of a stranger and gives her comfort when that woman needs it the most. When that woman feels as if the world has abandoned her, this nurse rescues the woman from the depression that comes with sudden shock. So what you're telling me is that the people who work across the street are heroes, the kid says. I kind of already knew that, he says. So then remember this, I say, preparing myself for the conclusion. These people come into this shop before they begin their day, a day of trauma or a day of beauty, and it is our job to give the one thing that allows them peace and tranquility, their taste buds, a little escape from the grind that is the trauma and the intense beauty that they face every day. You know why that is important, I say. The kid looks at me, the boredom wiped from his face. His posture stiff and tall, I have his complete attention. If we say to them, through our coffee, you are important, we value you, we value your work, that's why we put effort into our blends. We are sending them a message that will carry through them in the work they do on that day. They could be tending to your mother, father, sister, or brother, but they begin their day with a luxurious nod to their senses and taste buds, because that is the least we can do for those who do so much. Do you understand me? Am I getting through? I wasn't sure if I was being overdramatic. Was I selling this correctly? I felt as if what was being said was an exaggeration of what I truly believed, a caricature, but that it was what I truly believed, and that I didn't want someone operating out of my store if they didn't carry that belief themselves. I felt the need to continue. I resisted, then instinct took over. What we do here is not make drinks. What we do is important. You never know what the flow-on effects will be, I said. He was sitting still, at attention and focused. Show me how to make a cappuccino again, he said. I smiled. My boy, this is the first day of the rest of your life, I said to him. It's like the butterfly effect, he said as we walked back to the barista machine. What's that? What we do flows onto others, he explained. I guess, just pour the milk into this container at the 3/4 mark, I said, and I watched as he did so.
For more stories of fact-based fiction, head to jimmins.substack.com.